Hey guys, what is up? It is Smasher here. Welcome to a different video, and yes, I know I haven't uploaded in like the longest of times. It's just that I have been super busy and everything has just been, a little crazy, but as you guys can see behind me, I'm going to be giving you guys a complete tour of my manga collection. I counted over 350 volumes of manga, and I'm going to be showing you guys my entire collection. So, if you guys are going to enjoy this video, then hit the like button, subscribe, and also turn on those post notifications. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so we're going to try and do this as best as I can. If I mess up, I am very sorry if I do. So let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, we have volumes 1 through 6 of Assassination Classroom. This is such a beautiful series. It's about a group of students who are trying to kill their teacher before the end of the year, and if they don't, then the teacher is going to destroy the world. The teacher is basically like a octopus alien creature, and the covers of Assassination Classroom are simple but beautiful. Like, they are so good, and I know that there was a box set for it, but I wasn't able to get the box set since back then I didn't have enough money, but now I do. But now we get to Black Clover. We have volumes 1 through 5. Black Clover is honestly an underrated series. I mean, a lot of people hate Black Clover because they say it's a copy of Naruto, but I actually don't believe that. It's about Asta, who's right here, who doesn't have any magic, and he is trying to become the Wizard King. It is kind of a simple plot, but it is still really good. I love the art, the characters, the fights. Everything about Black Clover is just great. Then we have one of my personal favorites. I have the first volume of Bleach, but this is the 20th anniversary edition. I love Bleach. It's one of my favorite mangas of all time, and I didn't watch the anime because the anime, from what I heard, there was like a lot of filler, and I didn't want to watch it, so I decided to read Bleach, and Bleach was absolutely phenomenal, and I love the 20th anniversary cover of Bleach. It's so good. Next, we have volumes 1 through 11 of Chainsaw Man. This is all of part 1 up to date, and I know for like almost a year now, part 2 has been out. And I believe later on in the fall, they're going to actually release the part 2 manga in physicals, which I cannot wait to get. I absolutely adored the Chainsaw Man anime. Like, it was fan-freaking-tastic. Everything about it was great. But yeah, Chainsaw Man is one of my favorites. If you haven't read it, I would highly recommend it. Alright, so next we have the first black edition of Death Note. I mean, who doesn't know Death Note by now? It's an icon in the manga industry, and pretty much in just the anime industry alone. Death Note is just absolutely incredible. Then we have the first Vizbig of the original Dragon Ball. I am still trying to collect the Vizbigs of the original Dragon Ball, but then we have my favorite manga and my favorite anime of all time, Dragon Ball Z. We have all 9 Vizbigs, so that means Z is completed. I mean, who doesn't know about Dragon Ball Z? Like, Dragon Ball Z is one of the most iconic animes of all time, and it is an absolute must-read. If you like fighting, if you like power-ups, if you like any type of, like, fighting, then Dragon Ball is for you. So next we have volumes 1 through 17 of Dragon Ball Super. This is completely up to date, and as you can see up there, we have 16 and 17, but they are Japanese, and these are my first Japanese manga. Even though I don't understand Japanese, like, I love Dragon Ball, and I wanted to collect, like, some of the manga in Japanese, and Dragon Ball is just an iconic anime. I actually think Super is not that bad. It's not as bad as many people make it out to be, especially like the Battle of Gods arc. The Battle of Gods arc in Super is absolutely phenomenal. And even like the most recent arcs, like the Moro and the Granola arc, have been absolute bangers. So yeah, Dragon Ball Super, even though it's not as good as Dragon Ball Z, you should still give it a shot. Next, we have my favorite new gen of all time. I have the Byakuya reboot, and then I have volumes 1 through 24 of Dr. Stone. I know that Volume 25 recently came out. I haven't been able to pick it up yet, but I also have Volumes 25 and 26 in the Japanese covers, and as you can see, the covers on Dr. Stone just look incredible. I love the covers for Dr. Stone. It's about the main character, Senku, and he is basically trying to rebuild the world, and because the world got turned into stone, basically, and he gets revived, and he basically wants to rebuild the entire world and just restart civilization with the power of science. And this is such a unique take in, like, the shonen series. But yeah, Dr. Stone is such a phenomenal series. I know that the third season also just started airing, but I'm actually going to wait to watch the third season until the dub comes out. But yeah, Dr. Stone, such an amazing series. Then next up, I have volumes 1 through 7 of Fire Force. Fire Force is still, like, another good series. It's okay. I don't think it's as good as, like, other series like Dr. Stone, Chainsaw Man, My Hero, but it's still a pretty decent series. Then I have 3 volume 1s. I have the first Full Metal edition of Full Metal Alchemist. I do plan on collecting more Full Metal Alchemist because it's such a beautiful series. Then we have volume 1 of Goodnight Pun Pun. I've read some of it, but it's okay. And then we have the first volume of Haikyuu. I'm really not into sports anime, except for one, which I'll talk about later. But, yeah, Haikyuu is just okay. Then we have one of the most popular new gens right now. We have Volume 0 all the way up to Volume 19 of JJK. Series is completely up to date. I mean, who doesn't know JJK? Like, JJK is an iconic series, and I know that Season 2 of the anime is going to start airing later on this year, and JJK is actually very, very good. Like, it's a very good series. It's about Yuji Itadori, who accidentally eats a finger from Ryomen Sukuna, who is a special grade curse, and his main goal is to basically just eat all 20 fingers, and then he'll die. But yeah, it's still a good series. I think the art in JJK is actually, like, pretty good. Like, the art in JJK is really, really amazing. I think that the creator did a pretty good job, and apparently, I heard that JJK is going to be ending sometime this year. So, yeah, JJK is another fantastic read. Then I have volumes 1 and 2 of Kaiju number 8. I know that there's more volumes out, but for some reason, I just avoid getting the newer volumes of Kaiju number 8, and I don't know why that is. But Kaiju number 8, from what I've read, it's actually pretty solid. Then we have volumes 1 through 11 of Mashle, Magic, and Muscles. This is completely up to date. This is actually a series that I think is massively underrated. There is going to be an anime coming out for this series, either this season or next season of anime. I'm not sure, but yeah. Mashle, Magic, and Muscles is honestly very good. It's basically just like Harry Potter and One Punch Man combined into, like, one, where the main character, Mash, he doesn't have any magic. He is just really freaking strong, and he goes and attends a magic academy, or like a magic school, but it is very, very funny. I would highly recommend you guys reading Mashle, Magic, and Muscles. It's such a good series. Then the next series I have volumes 1 going all the way to 33 of My Hero Academia. I mean, who doesn't know My Hero Academia? Like, at this point, if you have not heard of My Hero Academia, then I don't know what you're doing. It's about Deku, who was born without these things called quirks. So basically in the world, there are quirks, which 80% of the population in My Hero Academia are born with quirks, and Deku is actually one of the people who was not born with a quirk. Then he runs into the number 1 hero, which is All Might, and All Might decides to take Deku as his pupil and train him, and he lends him his quirk called One for All, and it's overpowered. But yeah, where the anime and the manga is currently sitting, My Hero Academia is a phenomenal series, and it is one of the core foundations of, like, new gen. Without My Hero Academia, a lot of new gens really wouldn't exist, in my personal opinion. But yeah, guys, My Hero Academia is super good. I would definitely recommend you read the manga and watch the anime. Now it's time for one of my favorite mangas of all time. We have Naruto. This is a very, very nostalgic series, and it holds a very special place into my heart. I absolutely love Naruto, and if we go down here, we still have more Naruto. We have volumes 1, and we're just going to keep going down the line. We have volumes 1 all the way to volume 72, so that means Naruto is completed. I mean, Naruto is just so good. Like, it is so good. Naruto is one of my favorite mangas of all time. I love the characters. I love the action. I love the moments. Like, everything about Naruto in general is just absolutely amazing. And we're not going to talk about the dumpster fire that is Boruto, but yeah, Naruto, it's just so good. I absolutely adore the series. Next up, we're getting into the series that I've actually been reading, and that is One Piece. Everyone knows One Piece. It's one of the most popular animes of all time. It is the best-selling manga series of all time. And from what I've read so far, it is absolutely phenomenal. I have volumes 1, and we keep going down the line. I have volumes 1 all the way up to 70. So that means I've collected the first 3 box sets, and then I have 4 volumes of Wano, being 99 through 102. I'm currently in the Thriller Bark arc. I just finished reading Enies Lobby yesterday, and it was one of the best arcs that I've ever read in a manga. One Piece is just so darn good. Like, the characters, the world building, the moments, the fights, like, everything about One Piece is just so good. It's just absolutely spectacular storytelling. The characters in One Piece are just absolutely top-notch. And I cannot wait to get caught up to One Piece eventually in the near future, because it's already creeping up in my top 10 favorite anime mangas of all time. I just absolutely adore this series. Next up, we have volumes 1 through 8 of One Punch Man. I am planning on collecting One Punch Man in the near future, like more One Punch Man. I mean, this series is super good. It's about the main character, Saitama, who basically can defeat his enemies in one punch, and he's trying to find a purpose in life. And the best part about One Punch Man is just how funny it is. Like, One Punch Man is such a funny series, and you could just, like, get into it, and it's so good. Like, if you like comedy, if you like fights, then One Punch Man is the series for you. Next up, we have a little series that started off strong in the anime with the first season and then just became a complete dumpster fire in the second season. That is volumes 1 through 5 of The Promised Neverland. I actually have read the manga for Promised Neverland. It is very good. I think the manga is miles better than the anime, except for the first season. The first season of the anime was a complete masterpiece, and pretty much volumes 1 through 5 do contain the first season of the anime. And it's basically about children living in an orphanage, and then 2 of the children wander off and find out that they are actually food for demons. It's pretty dark, but the storytelling in The Promised Neverland is actually, like, very, very good. But I would recommend reading the manga. Don't watch the anime. Apart from the first season, do not watch the anime, because the first season is peak, but the second season is absolute trash. Next, we have a series that is going to get very, very popular in the coming months, and that is volumes 1 through 7 of Sakamoto Days. This is completely up to date. This series is great. I think it's great. It's about Sakamoto, who was formerly known as one of the greatest assassins, and he decided to retire, and he just wants to live a normal life, but there are other organizations that are trying to kill him, and it is such a good series. I would definitely say it's one of the most underrated mangas as of right now, but one of my favorite parts about Sakamoto Days are the covers. They are some of the best covers that I've seen. Like, I want to show you guys volume 4, which is one of my favorite covers. Like, look at this cover. It's such a good cover, I can't even explain it. But yeah, I think Sakamoto Days is, like, massively underrated, and I know that it is going to be getting an anime soon, so I would definitely recommend that you read it. Next, we have the godfather of sports manga, and that is Slam Dunk volumes 1 through 3. This is one of the most iconic mangas of all time. It is so good. I've actually only read the first volume, and the first volume was amazing. I am planning on collecting more Slam Dunk. It is so good. It is by Takehiko Inoue, who is a legendary mangaka in the manga industry. He created another series that I actually do have, which we'll get into in a little bit. But yeah, Slam Dunk, it is a great read. I am going to be planning on collecting the rest of the manga soon, but Slam Dunk is literally the grandfather of sports manga. Next up, we have Volume 1 of Spy Family. I just randomly decided to pick this up because Spy Family, as of right now, is like one of the most popular animes. Like, everyone is adoring Spy Family. I personally haven't seen it or read Spy Family yet. I just picked up the first volume because I felt like it, but I do plan on giving Spy Family a try later on in the future. Next up, we have 2 Vizbigs of Vagabond. Just like Slam Dunk, this series is also by Takehiko Inoue. He also did one other manga series called Real, which I don't have it just yet, but yeah. I've read the first Vizbig of Vagabond, and it is so good. If you like samurai, and if you like swords and fights, read Vagabond. It's beautiful. The art style in Vagabond is absolutely incredible. Like, the art style in Vagabond is so good. I would definitely recommend you read it. Next to Vagabond, we have the first volume of Vinland Saga. I've read a little bit of it, and I've heard a lot of great things about Vinland Saga. And I definitely do want to get into it, like, later on in the future. But Vinland Saga, it's here. I will be planning on reading it sometime in the future. And last, but certainly not least, we have my most expensive manga. And that is the Berserk Deluxe Editions. Berserk is one of the most iconic mangas of all time. And it is such a good series. I would definitely recommend, like, if you're gonna collect Berserk, get the deluxe editions. Even though they're $50 a pop, sometimes you can actually find them for, like, below $40 on Amazon, and it's incredible. But Berserk is one of the most iconic anime mangas of all time. It is so good. But yeah, I would definitely recommend you get Berserk. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is over 350 volumes of manga. If you guys did enjoy this video, then let me know. Hit the like button down below, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!